Welcome back to the Laugh Planet. Today, we're going to look at a list of the best stand-up comedians from their countries. These are the cream of the crop. They are the top comedians in the game and many thousands of people agree. Many of the popular comedians listed below worked their way up through the stand-up circuit and eventually landed a show on Comedy Central, while others started their own web series and put their best stand-up out into the world that way. So, without further ado, let's get into this. Two types of people exist in this world: those who find Norm Macdonald brilliant, and the rest of the world.
She must have been very desirable to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was good.
Well, what is the question?
The question is, did you have, did you ever lay down on top of her, I guess?
Norm is a comedian's comedian. That is to say that only someone who has spent years crafting jokes and developing the timing and delivery methods that best enhance the joke truly understands and appreciates the sheer genius that is Norm.
Do you actually think that they would like a man's sperm?
A human?
A human being's sperm? A woman?
Well, who?
A woman.
A woman would like a man's sperm? Well, yeah, she's been biologically programmed
in her
through
mouth?
millennia.
But in your mouth, like, isn't that stuff like living? Isn't that like those animals, little tiny tadpoles or something?
He slurs his words, he's gone a bit off the rails over the years, he hasn't had a hit in ages, and yet he's still considered one of the best in the game. Just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. Famous words from an ingenious comic, Ricky Gervais. Fearless on stage makes him one of the most revered and controversial comics around.
And now that you're older, has it occurred to you again, have you given any more thought to God and whether he might be real?
Yeah, I think about it every day.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's not.
He has kind of an intentionally outrageous type of comedy that is often seen as provocative, but he really knows what he is doing and doesn't care about upsetting someone.
Obesity is a disease. No, it's not, is it? You just like eating, don't you?
A clever comedian who uses misdirection to take his audience on a journey, then dumps them at the wrong stop halfway through. He will always leave you crying with laughter and wanting to see him more and more.
If you're born in India, you're probably a Hindu. If you're born in America, you're probably a Christian. If you're born in Pakistan, you're probably a Muslim. That's a coincidence, isn't it? That you're always born into the right God. Always. Isn't that lucky? I was born under the right God. All those others are going to hell. But I was born into the right religion. I'm going to heaven.
Forever pushing the boundaries for what can and can't be said, Animals and Politics are probably his most famous tours, taken shortly after the success of The Office. Adam Hills is widely referred to as the nicest man in comedy. Cracking the UK is the holy grail for Australian comedians, and that's exactly what Hillsy has done since 2012, thanks to his Channel 4 talk show, The Last League.
When a man opens a car door for his wife, it's either a new car or a new wife.
The show began during the London 2012 Paralympic Games and is still going strong on British screens 13 years later.
When you mix a red, white and blue Brexit, you get purple, and that ends up looking like this.
The 47-year-old began stand-up in 1989 and grabbed the attention of Australian audiences as the host of music quiz shows Spicks and Specks, before expanding abroad. Trevor Noah has to be on top. Along with releasing such hilarious specials as Afraid of the Dark and Lost in Translation, the South African comedian also hosts the wildly popular Comedy Central series The Daily Show.
President Trump has officially told over 10,000 lies. Or as he says, that's right, I've told over 1 million lies.
He's a pioneer of modern stand-up in South Africa, and a big part of the reason there's a comedy revolution there.
Knock, knock, who's there? Nobody, yeah. Funny.
Trevor Noah is proof of the impossible. A poor biracial boy growing up during apartheid moves to America and ends up hosting one of the most widely watched comedy shows in the world. Bill Burr is one of those uniquely talented comedians, the kind of which are not born every day. Bill is the accumulation of 30 years of hard work with a very unorthodox style that has finally come to fruition.
It's like this guy saying he's going to build a wall from California to like El Paso, Texas. Like, dude, I've done that drive. That's like a 2-day drive, 85 miles an hour. Like, like you're going to build a wall. How much is this going to cost? How many times you going to go to Home Depot? Like, how big is this thing going to be? Dude, by the time they build that thing, we're going to be the ones going over it.
He likes to delve into topics that are often taboo to talk about and plays into the fact that everyone has those same thoughts but choose to deny them.
No, and I love how when you get a divorce, all of a sudden it costs like 50 grand a month to give a kid Fruit Loops. Right? These guys, I'm telling you, there is an epidemic of gold-digging whores in this country.
His whole style is, this is what you guys think, and I'm going to provoke you by saying all of this stuff that might piss off your values, opinions, and beliefs. If comedy is art, then Burr proves, time and again, that great artists are ultimately, unabashedly, unapologetically themselves, and that perhaps we should strive to be too. That's it for now, folks. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. See you next time.